there will be 2 updates. The first one being Monday, April 27th, and the second one being sometime later this week as I gather more information from our administration with regards to marking period 6, what that'll look like in terms of grading and attendance. So the first thing I want to keep emphasizing is make sure you are communicating with me, that you are conveying any concerns that you have or messages that you have with regards to your schoolwork or any type of connection issues, technological issues, etc. So communication is absolutely key during this time. We only have our Schoology messaging system to communicate with each other. So please, please, please make sure that you are letting me know what you need. I'm very understanding. We are all going through it at this point. So please make sure that you are communicating with me because otherwise I won't be able to help you. The next thing I want to talk about is this week. This week we'll be looking at article number 2. If you remember from the bracket and you filled out your bracket, you had article number 1, which was about overpopulation, versus article number 2, which is about 9/11 terrorist attacks. So the two articles, we will vote on them middle of the week, and then you'll have your quiz on both articles as well around Wednesday or Thursday. I'm still trying to decide. So just make sure that you're looking at the bracket so you know what we're going to be reading this during this nonfiction bracket madness, but also so you are aware of like what to expect in terms of skills and the topic, etc. Article number 2 will be read on Freckle, just like article number 1. In fact, I believe all the first 4 articles will be from Freckle. As you saw from this last article, and maybe you need a refresher, the questions are very specific and require you to pay close attention to details. Again, I'm very willing to help you if you communicate with me. I host Zoom session office hours so I can help you digest the information and how to closely analyze the text. Especially if you're a struggling reader or you are somebody who doesn't like to read, there are strategies for learning how to read these articles that perhaps you don't need to read word for word, but get the gist and get the information that you can pull from it. So make sure again that you are joining us in those office hours and that you're taking full advantage of that. After you read the article and answer the questions and submit, that'll be it. The next day we'll be looking at, again, those text features. When we're looking at nonfiction or expository text, you must pay close attention to the text features. And text features are very useful and very helpful for understanding the text. They provide, the title, the heading, the subheadings, information that you're going to get from reading the article. They give you kind of a preview of what you're going to read. You have the caption and the images that both help illustrate what it is that you're reading about. So again, make sure you're paying close attention to the text features. I will be assessing that on Tuesday with the reading that you will be doing to determine all of that. I've had a couple of you complain, maybe really just, a couple of you complain about the Flipgrid use. So during this time, we have no way of seeing each other. We have no way of communicating, and other than through messaging. And remember, as an English language learner, the 4 domains that I'm assessing throughout the course of the year are reading, writing, listening, and speaking. If you're not joining my Zoom sessions, and the majority of you aren't, the only way to determine and assess your speaking and growth is through an app or a tool like Flipgrid. So please be responsible and make sure that you're going on there and that you are showing your growth as an English language learner. This leads me to the next topic, but this will make the defense or the argument to push you out into a level 5 or an exiting student next year. If you're showing me that you're reading successfully, that you're writing successfully, that you're listening closely, and you are speaking well and developing your answers well based on the FCAs or the guidelines that I provide, So please make sure that you're using all of those tools and that you reach out to me to let me know what I can do to help you. Again, this is actually the time for me to look closely at some of the evidence and some of the work that you've produced throughout the course of the year. But of course, because I'm not in my classroom, the things that are going to stand out the most are the things that you're doing now. And so if you're not producing and you're not participating, it is going to be very hard for me to recommend that you exit the program for next year. That is all I have for you for part 1 of this week's video update. Please look out for part 2, and then just make sure you're checking in and communicating with me. Love you guys. Bye.